Double honor to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. Once again, for whatever reason, you know, my live went out. So just as I was saying, well, let me just recap, because as far as like the title goes, coming together, as far as like this guy, Dr. Umar, and many others like him, talking about coming together to putting our resources together to basically um provide a better living circumstances for our people in general, you see. And again, I was saying before the live cut off, me and the brothers, we were watching a movie. We watched a movie a while back. I think the movie was called somewhere along. Yeah, I think it was called Revolt, and it was basically one of these accounts, one of many accounts where Jake, during the time of slavery, was trying to. They were tired of oppressions and basically trying to take matters into their own hands to be freed. But you see, that's the thing with our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. All right, that's the thing. Jake, they want to do everything except, you know, uh, Jake, they want to do everything except what the Lord taught us to do. And just this past Saturday at the camp, all right, you have one particular, what appeared to be a Jake, come up, and brothers, they supped with him for a while, but in the beginning, this kid didn't look like he was, because, and we've seen this before, as far as Jake coming up and, well, what do we need to do to better our circumstances? And basically, long story short, the short answer is ultimately we have to wait on the Lord. All right. And Jake, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They want to, again, take matters into their own hands, and they want to do everything except, I'm going to get this in St. John chapter 10. St. John chapter 10. I'm going to read verse 9. St. John chapter 10 to 9. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. All right. Because, and I say this often, when it comes to 2/3 of our people, all right, they long for the kingdom. All right, Jake, they want the kingdom in their spirit. Even 2/3, they want the kingdom. Jake is searching and seeking for rest. And that's when it, like I just said, that with this pastor. All right, I'm gonna read it again. St. John 10 and 9. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. And when just to me, when when I think about a pastor, all right, just like you see you see on screen, just the greenery, right? All right, so to say, the peace and the basically that rest. All right, that's what I think about when I think about the pasture. All right, just rest, because in the pasture, that's where the sheep, the cows, all the animals, they come to, they that's where they come to that for that rest. And again, that's what Jake is ultimately looking for in their spirit. They're looking for that rest, But like I just said here, or like Yahushua said, I'm the door. Basically, the Lord, Yahushua, he's the way. All right, he's the only option. And again, which, like I said, Jake, they want to, Jake, they want to take matters into their own hand and they want to do everything, outside of what Yahweh Shai said to do, which is ultimately to, hey, we have to go through Yahweh Shai. That's the only option. That's the only, that's the only way. Yahweh Shai, he's the only way. Because again, as far as coming together and putting together our resources to better our situation, listen, that's not going to happen on this side. And the Lord has showed us time in and time out. All right, all that's going to come to naught, as we've seen again, time in and time out, man. Go ahead and get this in Deuteronomy 28, going back to the curses, right? Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Because, you know, again, it's as simple as just, it's as simple as obedience. All right, being obedient to Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, and again, Jake, they want to take matters into their own hands, do things their own way. As I always say, you know, us thinking that we had it, us thinking that we knew something. All right, us taking matters into our own hand, thinking we don't need the counsel of Yahweh Shema Shai is what ended us up over here on the other side of the world, prophesying, preaching, and sackcloth in the first place. You know, speaking a bastard's language. That's what ended us up over here in the first place. All right. So with that being said, again, you know, no matter what Jake does in their own power, it's going to come to naught. Again, as we've seen time in and time out. Right. Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to start at verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kin and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. So you see, man, you know, and I just use these few verses just to show, because again, there's been plenty of examples. Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right, well, Jake, for the most part, they had, you know, they had it on the, you know, they were segregated, which segregation was the best thing to happen to so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. You know, that was the best thing to happen to our people. Segregation, being segregated, separated. You know, we function better. All right. You know, we were just more prosperous and whatnot. All right. But eventually, all right, these curses that I'm reading now would eventually catch up to us because we didn't want to get down with the Lord's program. Eventually, the curses would catch up to us. And that's exactly what happened through all these different examples that we have throughout the scriptures. All right. And just in history in general. All right. You know, all these things happen to us. So again, Jake, they want to do everything in their weak little power, all right? And, you know, instead of just relying on Yahweh Shema Shai, because ultimately what I wanted to get was Deuteronomy, the same chapter, verse 68. It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And you know, the pride of our people, all right? Because when Moses was telling Jake these things, you could just imagine, we could just imagine, it's not too far-fetched, because we see the arrogancy of our people today, all right? Because during this time, listen, again, Moses was telling our people these things were going to happen, right? Moses was telling them, listen, y'all want to be disobedient, the Lord's going to bring y'all into Egypt again in ships. And you just have to think, like, man, what's this nigga talking about? You know, this is the mindset. You can just, speaking in the perspective of 2/3 of our people at this time, right? Because they were looking at Moses like, what is he talking about? We don't need to go in Egypt in ships, because from Israel to Egypt, you don't need to go on ships. All right, you know, it's basically within walking distance. You don't need a ship. So they were looking at Moses like, what are you talking about? You know, so you can just imagine the pride, right? But it says, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So that's the point. All right. No one was going to be able to get us out of our current situation that we're in. You know, the situation that we are in right now to this very day. No one was going to be able to redeem us or save us, because that's what that word "buy" goes into. It goes into redemption, to be saved. All right, it's like it goes, you know, to be saved, to redeem us. No one was going to be able to do this except for the one that put us in this predicament in the first place, which is ultimately Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, ultimately Yahweh Shema Shai put us in this predicament, and ultimately Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be the one to get us out of it. You see, so as I read in St. John the 10th chapter, you see, the Lord is the only way. He's the only option. Jake, again, trying to take matters into their own hands and do things on their own accord, you know, it's only going to go but so far until eventually the curses will catch up to us. Eventually, the curses will catch up to us. All right. You know, because like I said, me and the brothers, we watched a movie a while ago, you know, and it was just one of many. And that's the thing. There's been many accounts, situations where during the time of slavery, right, Jake, they got tired of the oppression and they tried to take matters into their own hands, and, you know, but eventually it came to naught. There's been plenty of examples, plenty of incidences where this, you know, Jake, you know, getting roused up and, you know, but ultimately Yahushua is he's the only option. He's the only way out of this. So ultimately we have to wait on Yahushua. All right, he put us in here. We have to wait on him to get us out of here. I'm gonna get another one of Psalm 37 and 34. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee inherit Slakia, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. All right. So, like I said, wait on the Lord and keep his way. You see, we have to wait on Yahweh Shema Shah. He's the only way. All right. He's the only way. You see? It's on the tip of my tongue. Isaiah. I know it's in Isaiah. Bear with me. So there's no other solution. Dr. Umar and many others that think just like him. There's no other solution. Coming together and putting resources together to better our situation. Because like I said, Jake, by nature, all right, even in 2/3, it's just in our spirit. We long for the kingdom. We long for that commonwealth. But it's not going to happen here. And as long as Esau's around, all right, it's just simply not going to happen here. We have to wait on Yahushua, right? What was I going to get? Isaiah. Because again, Yahushua, ultimately, he's the one that put us in this situation, this predicament, and ultimately, he's going to be the one to get us out of it. All right. So as soon as I can find this, bear with me. Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Talking about Yahushua ultimately, all right? That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. So that's the point, because Yahushua is known as the right hand of the Heavenly Father. And again, just continue to beat the point, show the point that Yahushua, all right, as I read in Deuteronomy 28:68, no man shall buy us, or no man shall be able to buy us. No one's going to be able to save us out of this predicament. There's no other option. There's no other way. No matter how hard Jake fights, no justice, no peace, right? No matter how much Jake revolts and, you know, cry out, and all that's going to come to naught. Our only solution is Yahushua. He, again, is the one that put us in this predicament. He's the only one that can get us out of this predicament. And that's the point. He's the only solution. So we just have to wait. As I read in Psalm 37, we have to wait on him. We have to wait. All right. There is no other option outside of Yahushua, Yahweh Shema Shah. There's nothing else we can do but wait on him. So that was the point. Lord, one of this is edifying. All praises to Yahweh Shema Shah. Shalom to you, hopefully, like.